There's a reason why people call Sophie Cunningham MAGA Barbie, and people are starting to fill the arenas to watch her and Caitlyn Clark. She's not apologizing for saying that there should be no men in this woman's sport. It's caused an absolute crisis, and people are losing their mind. Photo of Brittney Griner with a full beard after being released from a Russian prison.
The WNBA's Brittney Griner is a man.
Brittney Griner files for divorce from wife.
That's not a woman. That's not a female. That's not even a trans person. That is a man.
Every player should be subjected to a DNA test to prove that they're women.
Brittney Griner is, in fact, a man.
The WNBA is currently navigating a full-blown cultural and administrative earthquake, and the epicenter is shifting faster than league executives ever anticipate.
This is, again, cultural power. This is why the WNBA this is not going to go away. This issue is not going to go away. They're in such a bad position here. Caitlyn Clark, they have cultural power. People love them. People are buying tickets that would never care about the WNBA.
Caitlyn Clark is an absolute all-star. She is the Michael Jordan of this. This is the girl that girls have been waiting for forever.
Caitlyn Clark is a rising star in women's basketball. She's pulling in crazy viewership numbers.
These women spent $1,000 on tickets to attend the Indiana Fever versus Atlanta Dream game, specifically to see Sophie Cunningham.
At a time when Caitlyn Clark is breaking attendance records, pulling in historic television ratings, and single-handedly driving the league into a multi-million-dollar economic renaissance.
A woman decided to stand up for women and female spaces. And that woman is now getting lambasted by other women because she doesn't support transgender people in female spaces. Sophie Cunningham, who many of you will probably know from this video, recently got herself in hot water because she had the audacity to say that women and girls should be protected.
Top officials find themselves backed into an impossible corner. Indiana Fever guard Sophie Cunningham ignited a nationwide movement by taking a firm, unwavering stand to protect women's sports and private spaces, demanding that female athletes shouldn't have to compete against biological men.
There's a reason why people call Sophie Cunningham MAGA Barbie, and people are starting to fill the arenas to watch her and Caitlyn Clark.
WNBA star Sophie Cunningham, who plays guard for the Indiana Fever, when an ESPN feature quoted her opposition towards biological men competing in women's sports. She said she wanted to protect young girls, both on court as well as in the locker room, calling her position kind of common sense. It has everything to do with reality.
While mainstream media pundits attempted to silence her with intense backlash, fans across the country responded by filling arenas in droves to support both Cunningham and Clark.
A women's league run by women decided a shirt wearing saying "for the girls" was too offensive. Meanwhile, State Farm Arena put up a pro-trans message on the big screen, but won't allow the shirt that states basic biological truth. What is so offensive or scary about this message? The genetic message of gender, the genetic message of biological sex. Wow, the WNBA doesn't know what a woman is, but the shirts that reference the XX chromosomes are banned from games.
But when prominent media commentators like Benny Johnson stepped into the fray to expose what they view as severe institutional hypocrisy, the controversy exploded into a national spectacle. The debate has shifted from simple court commentary into a high-stakes standoff over fan censorship, double standards, and the fundamental definition of women's professional basketball.
Brittney Griner's voice.
I believe what you said was effing white girl. Is it possible that's what you said?
No, would never say that.
Brittney Griner called Caitlyn Clark trash and effing white girl. Trash, effing white girl.
Brittney Griner, who I can't stand, sad that she's a Baylor grad.
Yeah,
she called her a trash expletive white girl. That was the lip reading. Yeah, it's trash.
The sheer cultural power generated by Caitlyn Clark and Sophie Cunningham was on full display during a chaotic matchup between the Indiana Fever and the Atlanta Dream at State Farm Arena. Thousands of fans paid top dollar specifically to see Clark showcase her generational playmaking, talent, and to stand alongside Cunningham in solidarity. However, the event quickly turned into an administrative disaster for league security.
Yes, they gave us t-shirts during overtime and told us we had to leave.
And this is for the girl.
Or cover our shirts. This just happened.
Where were you sitting?
Floor
4-3, bro.
C.
Yeah.
Third row of floor 3.
And how much were your seats?
$1,000 each around.
Yeah. And we did nothing. Like we were just sitting there. I didn't make sound.
Multiple fans wearing t-shirts, from the XXXY brand, bearing the simple message for the girls in support of female athletic integrity, were confronted by arena staff during overtime and instructed to cover their shirts or leave the premises. The heavy-handed enforcement sparked an immediate viral outcry across social media. drawing millions of views and forcing both the WNBA and the Atlanta Dream to issue formal public statements, admitting that security should never have suppressed those fans. Next,
the WNBA, of course, doesn't want to make anything political. Here they are welcoming the Honorable Stacey Abrams. The Honorable Stacey Abrams. Well, what has she done that's honorable? What's dishonorable is that at that same game, a mother wore a XXXY Athletics for the girls with her daughter apparel. This is a brand that, of course, is defending women in women's sports, and she got kicked out of the game. And you can see there somebody a fan flipping them off, whether this is a board member, potentially. Look at this. Whether that's a board member of the WNBA, but she doesn't know what a woman is, right? Like, what are these women?
Contrast was stark as political figures were celebrated from the rafters, while paying fans holding basic biological views were subjected to censorship. Yet the on-court victory was quickly overshadowed by the mounting pressure surrounding the league's broader eligibility crisis. As commentators like Benny Johnson highlighted the absurd double standards at play, calls for the WNBA to adopt objective science-based eligibility guidelines grew deafening.
And so why is the WNBA unable to define what a woman is? We all know what a woman is. XX chromosome. Y chromosome, you're a man. And you can't change your chromosome. You can get plastic surgery. You can lop off body parts. You can put on lipstick. You can put on wigs, but you can't change that. And so why not just define it based on gender assigned at birth? You're born with these sex organs, you're born with these chromosomes, so that's what makes you a woman. The WNBA has spent 6 days trying to figure out what the W in the WNBA stands for, and they still don't have anything.
Johnson pointed out that while the league refuses to establish clear biological definitions in its governing paperwork, commentators and podcasters like Joe Rogan are openly discussing long-standing rumors regarding potential male participation in women's professional leagues. The refusal of executive leadership to address these fundamental questions has sparked intense paranoia across the sport, turning the spotlight toward marquee veteran stars and raising unverified questions about historic player testing. The scrutiny reached a fever pitch when online discourse began zeroing in on Phoenix Mercury center Brittney Griner, triggering a wave of institutional panic that threatens to tear the league's credibility apart at the seams.
The reason why people call Sophie Cunningham MAGA Barbie, and people are starting to fill the arenas to watch her and Caitlyn Clark. She's not apologizing for saying that there should be no men in this woman's sport. It's caused an absolute crisis, and people are losing their mind. Photo of Brittney Griner with a full beard after being released from a Russian prison.
The WNBA's Brittney Griner is a man.
Brittney Griner files for divorce from wife.
That's not a woman. That's not a female. That's not even a trans person. That is a man.
Every player should be subjected to a DNA test to prove that they're women.
Brittney Griner is, in fact, a man.
The intense public scrutiny surrounding Phoenix. Mercury center Brittney Griner highlights just how deeply the WNBA's administrative ambiguity has damaged public trust as media figures. Like Benny Johnson amplified the ongoing Sophie Cunningham controversy. Online sports commentary quickly turned toward historical player profiles and long-standing league policies. Commentators brought up past interviews, viral social media debates, and historical player exchanges, including Gurrier's high-profile international return to question whether league officials have been actively avoiding mandatory genetic or chromosomal testing. While online speculation and viral commentary regarding Gurrier's gender remain completely unverified rumors driven by internet discourse rather than official league findings, the fact that such discussions are dominating national sports headlines demonstrates the catastrophic failure of WNBA governance. By refusing to implement clear, objective biological criteria, league leadership has created a vacuum of uncertainty that leaves even its most prominent legacy stars vulnerable to public speculation.
She's the Rookie of the Year. She's 4th in the league in MVP voting.
Caitlyn Clark is an absolute all-star. She is the Michael Jordan of this. This is the girl that girls have been waiting for forever.
Caitlyn Clark is a rising star in women's basketball. She's pulling in crazy viewership numbers.
Caitlyn Clark is the needle mover.
She is the needle mover.
She is the franchise player.
And she was the MVP. She is the main draw.
She wasn't the one who was full sprinting down the court.
She's my role model. I really look up to her.
Why do you like Caitlyn?
And she's so good at basketball.
Because she's that awesome person and she has like a lot of aura, so like.
Next, in the middle of this administrative storm, Caitlyn Clark stands as the ultimate proof of what makes women's professional basketball truly great. Clark's extraordinary rise has never been about political posturing or performative slogans. It is entirely rooted in elite skill, relentless work ethic, and transcendent talent. Her deep logo threes, miraculous court vision, and fierce competitive spirit have brought millions of new passionate fans into the sport. Clark has single-handedly elevated team valuations, filled historic NBA arenas, and proven that fans are eager to rally behind authentic athletic excellence. While league executives scramble to manage public relations crises and avoid tough decisions, Clark continues to carry the economic and cultural future of the sport on her shoulders every single time she steps onto the hardwood. The WNBA must ultimately recognize that it can no longer hide behind double standards or silence fans who advocate for the protection of female athletics. The recent security missteps at State Farm Arena and the backlash against Sophie Cunningham demonstrate that the public is demanding complete transparency, fair competition, and common sense. Executives must update the league's governing paperwork immediately to establish clear, objective biological standards that safeguard female competitors and restore integrity to the sport. Caitlyn Clark and Sophie Cunningham have given fans a voice and brought unprecedented energy to women's basketball, and the league owes it to them and to every athlete on the court to protect the game they have worked so hard to build. What are your thoughts on Benny Johnson's comments and the ongoing debate over WNBA eligibility rules? Should the league immediately require clear biological testing to protect female sports? Or do you think executive leadership can navigate this crisis? Share your thoughts in the comments down below. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more continuous fact-based WNBA commentary.